Hi there, it's me again. Welcome to my video tutorial, and today we will be talking about the zoom and pan commands. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. When we talk about zoom commands, first thing that goes into our minds are magnifying lenses or high definition cameras with those big lenses that can zoom in up to the surface of the moon. Wow! You know, zoom lets you look closer, that is to zoom in, or further away, and that is to zoom out. Technically, zoom increases or decreases the magnification of the view in the current viewport. You can change the magnification of a view by zooming in and out, which is similar to zooming in and out with the camera. Using zoom does not change the absolute size of objects in your drawing. It changes only the magnification of the view. The command used in zoom is type in Z and then enter. Or you can just go here in our navigation bar. We got bunch of options here. Later on, we will talk about it one by one. Alright, so the command will be Z or zoom and then enter. Now there will be options for you to choose from. We got all, center, dynamic, extents, previews, scale, window, object, and we have the real time. Let's start with the option all. This option zooms to display all visible objects and visual aids. This adjusts the magnification of the drawing area to accommodate the extents of all visible objects in your drawing, or visual aids such as the grid limits, whichever is larger. In this first example, my drawing limits are in 1000 units to the x-axis and 1000 units to the y-axis. Now, if I will use the zoom all command, my computer will detect the limits I assigned, which is the 1000 by 1000 units. Again, let's say our drawing limits are in 300 by 300 units. Again, if we will use the zoom all command, it will detect the limits we assigned, which is the 300 by 300 units. But let's say, for example, we assigned our limits to 50 by 50 units. And our drawing here, in this case, our square right here, is larger than our assigned drawing limits. Then, it will detect the borders of our drawing right here. Now let's go to the second option, which is the center option. Now this center option zooms to display a view defined by a center point and a magnification value or a height. A smaller value for the height increases the magnification, while a larger value decreases the magnification. Now let's move on to the third option we have, the dynamic zoom. Dynamic zoom pans and zooms using a rectangular view box. The view box represents your view, which you can shrink or enlarge and move around the drawing. Positioning and sizing the view box pans or zooms to fill the viewport with the view inside the view box. Now to change the size of the view box, click to resize it and click again to accept the new size of your view box. Now to pan with the view box, drag it to the location you want and then press enter. Now let's go on with our option number 4, the extents. This option zooms to display the maximum extents of all objects. The extents of each object in the model are calculated and used to determine how the model should fill the window. Well, the next option we have is the previous option. This option zooms to display the previous view. You can restore up to 10 previous views. Next option will be the scale option. This scale option zooms to change the magnification of a view using a scale factor. To use this, enter a value followed by X to specify the scale relative to the current view. And then you can also choose to enter a value followed by XP to specify the scale relative to paper space units. For example, entering 0.5x causes each object to be displayed at half its current size on the screen, while entering 0.5 xp displays model space at half the scale of paper space units. You can create a layout with each viewport displaying objects at a different scale. Next option will be the zoom window option. Zoom window option zooms to display an area specified by a rectangular window. With the cursor, you can define an area of the model to fill the entire window. Well, the next option is for zoom object. This option lets you zoom to display one or more selected objects as large as possible and in the center of the view. You can select objects before or after you start the zoom command. And the last option is the real-time option. Real-time option zooms interactively to change the magnification of the view. The cursor changes to a magnifying glass with plus and minus signs. Holding down the pick button at the midpoint of the window and moving vertically to the top of the window zooms in to 100%. Conversely, holding the pick button down at the midpoint of the window and moving vertically to the bottom of the window zooms out by 100%. Now when you reach the zoom in limit, the plus sign in the cursor disappears, indicating that you can no longer zoom in. And when you reach the zoom out limit, the minus sign in the cursor disappears, indicating that you can no longer zoom out. When you release the pick button, zooming stops. You can release the pick button, move the cursor to another location in the drawing, and then press the pick button again and continue to zoom the display from that location. And that's it. I hope you guys learned and enjoyed our video for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can always share with your friends and of course, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell icon so that you will be notified once we uploaded new videos for you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye!